Bro, I gotta tell you about these AI centers because the deeper I dig, the weirder it gets. Everyone thinks these AI companies are like based in the cloud making chatbots, right? Wrong. Look, there is a massive build out of AI data centers happening all over America right now. And the decisions that are being made, like where they're being built, how they're powered, and just how much power they're consuming, it feels off. Like, this doesn't just look like a tech boom, it looks like it could be preparation for something else. And dude, this is what I've learned. These AI data centers aren't just warehouses with servers. They're basically digital power plants, and the companies that are building these things are doing everything they can to keep the real scale of them quiet. Some of these facilities are using more electricity than entire cities, yet they show up to these small towns with barely even a press release. It's like, hey, don't worry about this giant windowless cube we just built in your town that takes up half your county's power. Everything's fine. And many are saying that this secrecy, it's not accidental. That if the people actually knew the resource drain, that the resistance, the picketing, the boycotting would be massive. Now here's where it gets sketchy. These AI companies are negotiating private deals with utilities before communities even know what's coming. And once those contracts are signed, the utilities are basically locked in. That means brand new power plants built for AI companies, grid upgrades paid for by the residents, higher rates, you can guess who covers those. It's almost like these AI companies have an agenda to embed themselves so deeply into America's electrical grid that in the future, the grid won't even be able to function without them. That's not innovation, that's leverage. Alright, and what I learned next actually freaked me out. Many of these AI companies refuse to disclose how much water their data centers actually use. Not because they don't know, they definitely know, but because the numbers would cause an uproar. Some reports estimate millions of gallons a day for a single facility, just to cool their servers. Why hide that? Why build water-hungry operations in drought-stricken regions? Why sign NDAs with local water boards? It feels like they know that the public would not agree to these deals, so they avoid the public entirely. And here's the play that seems most sinister. These AI companies are purchasing huge parcels of land, many times through shell companies in these rural areas that have very weak zoning laws. Locals get lied to, and they get told it's just going to be a warehouse or a logistics center, and then suddenly you got transformers, substations, and water pipelines being installed overnight. By the time the town even realizes what's going on and what's at stake, it's too late. The companies already own the land, the contracts are signed, and the infrastructure is locked in. It's like a quiet takeover is happening right now in small town America, not with an army or politics, but with land deeds, with water rights, and server racks. Look, AI is innovative and it's the newest thing, but the way these companies are rolling out the infrastructure behind it, it raises a lot of questions. Why the secrecy? Why the NDAs? Why the hidden water deals and off-the-books power contracts? Why the sudden land grabs in vulnerable towns? This doesn't seem like innovation anymore. It feels way more like an invasion of control. Control of our electricity, our water, our land, and eventually everything that runs on data. With all this infrastructure that they're building, what are they preparing for? Because too many things about these data centers just don't add up. At the end of the day, there is no escaping this matrix. It is the wave of the future. And if that brings you anxiety or worry, then I challenge you to take the same stance as David did when he said some trust in horses and some can trust in chariots. But as for me and my house, we're going to trust in the name of the Lord. And I pray that that same peace which transcends all understanding when you put your trust in Jesus would be with you now in these crazy and uncertain times. And until next time, shalom.